Hello! So, to those already familiar with the S.C.P.F genre, this is just a little disclaimer for you. This is not the definitive basis for all S.C.P.F groups. Some operate differently or structured differently, whatever the case. This is just meant to be the simple point of view for the common person getting into the genre. So, don't point out a detail in the comments or be mad if I forgot something specific. I'm just trying to explain this all simply. Maybe later on I'll do another video explaining that depth. But either way, let's start the video. Is it working? Hello? Oh, okay, lights on. You just joined a game that is known as an S.C.P.F, but you don't know where to start, or you're really confused like, the hell is EC? The heck is this? The hell's a peanut? Well, I'm going to be answering these questions, going to be explaining things. Let's start by asking one question, alright? What is the S.C.P.F genre? So, the S.C.P.F genre is a specific grouping of games on Roblox that are primarily focused as operating as an SCP Foundation, hence the name, S.C.P.F. Anyway, if you don't know what SCP is, it's just a fictional organization based around the containment of anomalous entities called SCPs. Now, if you're here wondering what SCPs are, I would suggest looking at another video for that. Now, I know, this sounds complicated so far, but listen, most of this is kinda important if you want to progress in the group, and yes, you'll have to join a Roblox group to be a part of this. But what do I mean by progress? Progression in the SCPF genre is determined by level clearance and departmental role. Now, your clearance level is determined through applications you do, similar to like job applications. You just fill out a specific form and an executive reads it, ranks you in the group to whatever level you're applying for, and boom, you gained a level. Now, these levels go from 0 to 5, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, however the group operates. They usually follow that specific hierarchy of clearance levels. However, if you fail an application, as in you made a grammar mistake, got a question wrong, whatever the case may be, they usually have a Discord channel or something along those lines where they notify you if you passed or failed the application, sometimes in detail, but sometimes groups just leave it up to their own members to figure that out themselves rather than notify them. Don't look at me, I don't make the rules. This is just what I commonly see. Now, you have departments you can pick from, a wide range, but I'm not going to be talking about every single department because not a lot of groups follow the same department layout because some don't have this one or it's named differently. Regardless of the case, we're just going to be generalizing it into security, scientific, medical, and MTF. First, we're going to start with security, most likely the first department you see because they're just standing at the checkpoint, line, whatever the case may be. Security provides on-site security, as the name implies, for a range of things. They escort tests, they make sure personnel are in the breach shelter, they make sure all members of staff are safe. Now, security falls under this issue of one focused area and forget about everything else because they just need to focus in the CDC to assure that test subjects are getting out and holding personnel hostage or whatever the case may be. For security, you set an application or you try out. It kind of depends how they manage security forces in the group. You would have to look into that on your own accord. Now, scientists, scientific department, researchers, whatever you want to call them, They are primarily the guys focusing on the SCPs test-wise. They use test subjects as test fodder to just throw at the SCPs and so on. Now, whenever they finish the test, they usually have some form of internal activity to complete of sorts, like a test log that could be the most simple statement to the most detailed piece of work that would make basic English teachers cry due to the heaps of grammatical errors. Either way, scientists provide good activity for security, subjects, whatever the case may be. They provide that. Usually get in there by doing an application, but much more heightened and more detailed than your level apps. Medical. In all honesty, medical groups in the genre have been lacking for years due to development limitations and lack of interest from the most common player. So, not really the most popular department, but not terrible because they provide medical assistance to personnel, subjects, and can do checkups, other forms of medical related research as well, if the game provides it. So, it depends. Now, to get into medical, you apply similar to how do you apply to scientific, just a bit more high curriculum of applications, yada yada. MTF, these guys. Ooh boy, these guys. Now, the mobile task forces are the best of the best in the Foundation. They're the specialized forces, assuring a response to the most critical of situations on site, mainly containment breaches and hostile raids with assistance from security or a subunit of security. Mainly, they're known as like SRU, SSO, whatever the case may be, just a subunit of SD. To get into MTF, you have to attend a tryout at a specific time, and the acceptance rate for those tryouts are low. Like, most of the time I only see 4 to 3 people pass, sometimes no one. So you gotta go really try hard there, not gonna lie. Now, why have MTF when you have security? Or why have security when you have MTF? They both are different. MTF is more expert in what it does. It's more focused on a specific specialization. SD is just a generalized focus forced on keeping personnel safe. It makes things easier. It's a ecosystem. You can't really disturb that much. Now, this is part of the video where I'm just going to be stating a few questions you may have right now that I personally wish I knew when I started overall, or just questions I want to put out there for you to think on, whatever the case may be. Question 1. What is the point of all this? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. Within my 4 years of being in the genre, I never once questioned what was the point of this all, but I think it's just tied to overall opinion, because for me, there's some purpose of fun. You get an interesting forefront group that is meant to have a load of choices and gameplay possibilities. It's SCP. What would it be fun about that? But then you have people question, why have applications? Why have this? This doesn't seem fun. I really think it's just opinion at that point, so your answer is good as mine. Question 2. Well, I haven't played an S.C.P.F game yet, but I really want to get into this. What do I join? Honestly, for S.C.P.F group-wise, I have these 4 examples. Site Phoenix, Site Delta, Arc 478, and Installation 9, or iEckstra. Now, these are not perfect nor terrible groups. Hell, some of these I wouldn't join myself, but that's due to my long history here. I've done a majority of things that nothing really catches my eye anymore. Nothing speaks to me because of my experience. However, they do have a similar aspect to a base level, giving newcomers a start into the genre. Question 3. I have a question about the group I'm in, but I don't know who to ask. What do I do? So message people that are within that Discord, either in their general discussions, whatever the case may be. Ask. Don't be afraid to speak about anything, and if someone's shaming you for asking, get out of that group. They don't want you there. They just don't care about you in any form at that point. Not really worth your time. Final question. So, is the S.C.P.F genre dead? If you are new and you're asking this question right now, I'd say don't give into that thought entirely, because if you got here, you just started. You don't know what this place has or what future it has. I know a lot of people have been stating the genre's dead, everything's over, but that's not the case. It's very debating right now of where the genre stands, and it's a very toxic community, much more than any other group on Roblox because people don't usually talk about it due to the toxicity, and for good reason. But listen, every community has its flaws and every game its issues. But at the end of the day, the ultimate goal isn't to focus on the negatives of the experience, but to make memories for keepsake purposes, something to look back on that's positive. You can decide whether you want to spend time in the S.C.P.F genre. Is it good or bad by choosing who you surround yourself with, what you engage in, and so on? It's all up on you. But if things are well and you have moments like these,
Security Department sweeper. You have no knowledge of geometry. Kill that angry.
Oh Lord.
A few moments later.
Okay. Everyone run out. When IT opens, run out the door to the gate. As soon as you hear my gunfire, you run like the wind past the tower till you see the green line. And you sir,
On God?
on God.
Man, fuck this shit.
hey, thank you for making it to the end of the video. I'm just saying thanks and for showing interest in the genre. Without you guys, this video would not be possible. If you would like to see more content like this, please leave a like and let me know what type of video you would like to see information-wise. I'll take the best suggestions and then make a community poll and yeah, go from there. If you'd like to know more about how to engage in the community, who provided gameplay, just look in the description below. All the links will be there and all the people will be mentioned. And yeah, this video is already getting pretty long to edit, so I'll stop here. Thank you for watching, and as always, carry on.
And a little bit of